Hey everyone, welcome into the Father-Son Football Fanatics podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Michael Combs. This, of course, is the other host, Caden Combs. If you can't tell, we are sporting some new jerseys today. Number one on your team, number one in your hearts, if you're Bengals fans, Ja'Marr Chase. Enough said about him. We could talk a lot more about him, but he is going to be the man this year. But we're glad you guys are here with us today. We've got two new segments that we're going to start now that the season is starting. Kickoff is just in a couple days. Fantasy teams are picked. Lineups are set. We're going to tell you what changes you need to make to those lineups today.
If you don't have them. Like, if you have them already put in, you're good. But if you don't, you're bad.
There may be some things you need to change. So we're going to let you know all the secrets, all the tips and tricks. So stay tuned for that, and we will get right into it. Well, that's a tongue twister. I would try to say it again, but I would probably butcher that. But
Caden's bold predictions that you better listen to.
And big moves that you better listen to. So this segment is something we're going to do throughout the season. It is advice that Caden has. And, sometimes the advice he gives, I think he's crazy. But a lot of times it works out in the way that he predicts. So this is going to be his own segment.
That's why it's not Dad's bold predictions and big moves that might help you. So listen to them. He did that. I did not do that. But yes. So my bold predictions for Week 1 is to bench Ezekiel Elliott. He's going against the Buccaneers. The last time he went against the Buccaneers, he got like 4 points last year or something like that.
That is true.
So I'm just going to say bench him for the first week. If he does good, that's my fault. If he does bad, thank me in the comments. If you do it, you don't have to. He has Zeke on our league. So if you don't take my advice and he does bad, I'm going to laugh at you.
I am seriously considering it because I remember last year somebody in our league it was David Robinson. He's been a guest here on our show before. He had Ezekiel Elliott that first game when they went against the Bucs, and he was ready to pull his hair out. I remember that because it was Zeke would line up in the backfield and Zeke would block. Zeke would line up in the backfield and he would go out for a screen pass and not get it thrown to him. Zeke would line and he would block and block and block, and they never handed the ball off to him. And Tony Pollard is the one that actually ended up getting the ball more that game. And maybe they learned from that. Maybe they won't do that this year. But I'm with you. I'm considering putting him on the bench Week 1,
just to see how he does.
Just to see,
like
if I have somebody else I have confidence in to put there. So. But yeah, that's any more about that?
Maybe just a little bit. Zeke he went from top 3 running back, and he's just going down and down. He's just regressing by the year. So but if he does good, don't hate me. But
well, it's only 1 week.
But yeah, this is just my advice for Week 1. Not Week 2.
And he's...
Unless he does bad.
He is... Now, me personally, I didn't get Zeke until I think it was round 5.
Yeah.
So I've got other players. I have other people that I can put in. I didn't invest heavy on Zeke. I picked him up kind of late, in my opinion. So to sit him Week 1 and see how he does, it's not going to hurt me that much. If I went and said, I got Jonathan Taylor in the first round, and I sit him the first week, that hurts. But taking your guy you got in the 5th round and waiting to see if he's going to produce a week or two isn't that big of a deal. So that's some good advice.
Yes, and I hope it's right, but I also hope it's not because I love Zeke. But I hate to do that. Like, I would hate to bench him, but I would week 1. Just,
I would say not many people, now maybe some, but the majority of people didn't get Zeke as their first running back off the board. And if they did, then that means that they went heavy with really good wide receivers, tight end. You know, they got other people that are going to produce.
Or they're just bad at fantasy. If you
That
get them in the
could
first
be.
round
That could be if you take,
anymore.
you know, Kirk Cousins in the
Third round.
second or third round or something. I mean, we've had drafts where that's happened. You know, people have taken 3 defenses. People have taken 2 quarterbacks in the first 6 rounds.
It was our serious league, too.
Yeah. I mean, somebody took Kirk Cousins and Trevor
I
Lawrence
think back-to-back. Or maybe
before
like,
the 6th round, and Patrick Mahomes was still there. They took both of them. We could talk about that all day. That's crazy to me. But hey, you know, I'll be happy to win.
I got Josh Allen in the 4th, so he took Kirk Cousins before I got Josh Allen.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. But enough about that. I like your big move, your prediction there. But we're going to get right into another segment, and I'm excited about this one. We're going to do this one throughout the season too.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty fun.
I'm going to enjoy this one. So we'll get right into the next segment.
Starts and farts of the
Starts and farts of the week. This is going to be a fun segment. It's going to be crazy, fun. Because how could you not like a segment with farts in it?
It brings out the inner child in you.
Dad made it again.
I-
Dad's making all these.
You know, I blame the producers. If the producers were doing their job, I wouldn't have to come up with this stuff, you know? So we're on the lookout for some new producers. They're on thin ice.
Yes.
Starts and farts of the
That's
week.
especially you, Jerry.
Don't be mean to Jerry. He's got feelings. Starts and farts of the week. So, what this segment is we are going to predict based on weeks past as we move forward in the season. We don't have that yet, but
But we're just
later
gonna-
on we will.
Yeah.
But based on weeks past performance and based on the matchup of that they're going against that week, the team they're playing against, who should you start and who do we predict is going to be a fart?
No, or who should you fart on?
Who do we think is going to be a fart for the week? So, starting off, we've each got 2. Caden, you want to?
2 starts and then 2 farts.
Yes, but
But-
please keep your farts on that side of the table.
Okay.
Who's your first start?
My first start is Damian Pierce.
Ooh.
Who
I
else
like
do
that.
they have on the Texans? Like nobody. I think they got rid of Philip Lindsay. They got.
Oh yeah,
They got
Philip Lindsay. Breaking news today: Philip Lindsay got cut from the Colts. He got
Colts?
from the Colts. He was on the Colts. He got signed today to the Colts practice team. But anyway, go ahead.
Marlon Mack also got cut from the Houston Texans and got signed by the practice team.
And then he got cut from the practice squad, so he is gone. Anywho,
I
continue.
would. If I was him, I'd quit my career.
If you get cut from the Texans practice squad, you're doing something wrong.
I could make the Texans practice squad. Just kidding.
Anyway, they have Rex Burkhead. End of list. Besides Damian Pierce, so
I think he'll just be a good. And who else do they have? Brandon Cooks. He might do good. They're gonna split.
I mean
They
he's
don't have
definitely.
anyone else.
So you gave the advice to sit Zeke week 1. My advice for Damian Pierce would be start him as a flex.
Yeah, don't start him as your running back.
Because
If
if you got Dameon Pierce, you got him in round 10 probably.
So no, this is what I want you to do. If you have Dameon Pierce, and let's say you had the third or fourth pick in the first round, and you got Dalvin Cook. Start Dalvin Cook over Dameon Pierce, and you say like you get like
If you have Saquon, if you have
Saquon.
Aaron Jones, if you have Leonard Fournette,
just
if you
all
have,
of those guys. If
those
you have
guys
them, start him as a
obviously-
running back. But if
obviously
you have
are
Pierce,
elite.
you start him as a flex, and if he doesn't do good, put him on the bench. But if he does good, maybe he could even slide into your running back position.
Yeah,
You never know.
definitely. So I think I agree with you on him. He would be a start for me. Put him out there, see what he's got. They don't have anybody else, especially as the year goes on. Rex Burkhead's little bit that he will be doing at the beginning will dwindle down, and
Beginning,
Dameon Pierce will get bigger. So
I think Dameon Pierce was starting day one.
he's going to start, but Rex Burkhead will probably take some snaps, is what I mean.
Yeah.
So I like it. My first start of the week is Chris Olave.
That's a tough one for me. Like, I don't know if I would start him first week. That's just me, though. Because they have Michael Thomas, Jarvis Landry. Pretty big on Jarvis Landry. I hope he does good. They have those two guys that I think will start over him the first week. But as the weeks go on, he's going to come up and definitely be the second or even the first wide receiver.
Well, Michael Thomas he's dealt with little injuries,
That's what I think. Like, he's gonna
even
get
through
injured
this
again.
offseason. So I roll the dice, and same as Pierce, I throw Olave in my flex, and he could have a killer breakout week. He may not, but it's week one. You have the opportunity to kind of roll the dice now and see if he's gonna do well. But one of the reasons I picked him is his matchup. The Saints are going against the Falcons. Falcons, they might be able to shut down Michael Thomas or limit his target share.
Slants.
Yeah, well, exactly. Slant. So I think they can figure him out. Jarvis Landry really is another slot receiver kind of guy. They could put him one-on-one with an average defensive back, and you're going to be okay. But you can't cover those two guys heavy and Chris Olave. So if they're covering Landry and Thomas, Olave is going to get open. He's a speedster. He's a downfield threat. Jameis Winston loves to throw downfield. Maybe not accurately, but he loves to throw it down there. I think Chris Olave may come out and surprise a lot of people.
Yeah.
So who's your second start?
My second start is J.K. Dobbins. So I know last year he got hurt, which he tore his ACL and MCL. So a recovery from that is very tough. But Joe Burrow did it and then came back and went to the Super Bowl. I feel like J.K. Dobbins could do it and be better than he was. Because he's not a rookie anymore. He knows the situation that he is in, and he knows that he's the starter. They got Kenyon Drake and another guy.
Gus Edwards.
He's hurt.
Yeah.
He tore his ACL or Achilles or something. I think it was his ACL.
I
But
think they've still got Devonta Freeman, maybe.
yeah, but so J.K. Dobbins, he's just gonna be, and they don't have a wide receiver. Rashad Bateman.
Yeah.
He's gonna be. It's just like the Texans.
Well, I tell you who will be the Ravens' starting running back. Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have Mark Andrews. I forgot about Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews, yeah. But for me, I disagree a little bit. Dobbins, I think, is going to do really well this year, but I don't think he's going to start really well. I think he's going to be weak at the beginning
Watch.
because he's still kind of struggling to make the cuts on the field. He's
Watch.
still, still struggling
Watch.
even as of last week. So
But he's also going against the Jets.
I think, correct, but I think they'll ease him in. I don't think they want to put him out there week one and just, go full force. I think they're going to take it a little bit easier on him because they've got Kenyon Drake who can kind of get out there and
Are you crazy?
I'm not saying he's as good, but I'm saying he is good enough to go against the Jets. You've got Lamar Jackson running the ball anyway.
You got to think the Jets have gotten some good players in the draft. They got Sauce Gardner.
Sauce,
they
yeah.
got.
But are they going to have it put together week one? I think the Jets are going to be better as the year goes on, but week one is tough. So
Okay.
I'm not saying you're totally crazy, but I am saying
Okay.
I would maybe reconsider if it were me.
Okay.
But that's the whole point of the show. You get a couple different perspectives. You have your
Mine's the right
observations,
one.
and
He's the wrong one.
we'll see. My second start is Cortland Sutton.
Now you're dogging me on J.K. Dobbins,
Hey.
and you're gonna start Cortland Sutton.
Hey, Cortland Sutton plays in the Monday night game.
Listen to me. He's gotten injured like 4 times in 3 years.
But Cortland Sutton plays primetime football Monday night with Russell Wilson as his quarterback. He is the wide receiver 1. And they're going against the Seahawks. Who do you think Russell Wilson is going to want to tear apart in his first game as a Bronco? The Seahawks. Who does not have a defense to defend Russell Wilson throwing the ball? The Seahawks. I think if Cortland Sutton isn't good the whole rest of the year, I think this game is going to be the one he shines in.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Right? See, I see that smile.
But the Jets
You know
are
I'm right.
worse than the Seahawks.
I know. But he's healthy.
So is J.K. Dobbins.
That's
And
okay.
when's the last time Cortland Sutton was healthy?
Kind of last year. Bits and pieces of last year? No. Okay, so that's our starts. That's our advice to you on people to start. If you're on the fence, should I start Cortland Sutton or Brandon Ayuk
Or J.K. Dobbins.
or, Jalen Waddle? Maybe lean Sutton over Waddle. Maybe lean Sutton over Elijah Moore or, some of those other guys that are kind of in that same tier.
I
Now,
saw a tier list. Jamar Chase was in tier 1. And Tyreek
course.
Hill was in like tier 4.
really?
Yeah.
That's
And
interesting.
Elijah Moore was in like tier 5.
That's really interesting.
And Cooper Kupp was tier 1. And so is Jefferson.
Cooper Kupp won't
And Devontae
end
Adams
in
was
tier
2.
1 this year. But that's just,
Adams was tier 2.
really? Huh. So, now on to the fun part, the farts of the week. So, who's your fart?
Sorry. My first fart is Josh Jacobs. He's going against the Chargers, which have J.C. Jackson, Bobby Wagner. Wait, is it Bobby Wagner? Or no, that's the Rams. The Khalil Mack. Is
Oh,
who they
yeah.
have.
Oh, yeah.
They have J.C. Jackson, Khalil Mack. They also have Joey Bosa.
Bosa, yeah.
That defense is just too overpowered to start Josh Jacobs, which is really may even lead to the second running back by the end of the year.
I agree there. The matchup there is not in Josh Jacobs'
Better
favor
agree.
at all.
Better agree to me.
My first fart, and it's funny, it's ironic, he's on the same team, the Raiders. My first fart is Hunter Renfrow.
I'd start Hunter Renfrow over Jacobs.
They got to have somebody running the ball to open up the pass and
No,
vice
but
versa.
listen. Devontae Adams is going to be covered by J.C. Jackson.
Devontae Adams is going to do great as long as Derek Carr has time to throw the ball. However, with that defensive line, Derek Carr's not going to have time to look for his third receiving option.
Who is the second?
Darren Waller. It's going to be
Darren Waller.
It's going to be Hut, where's Devontae? Where's Darren Waller? Oh, I'm sacked. He's not going to have time. Hunter Renfrow is, unless they have designed plays that go to Hunter Renfrow,
Which they will.
where he is the first read
Which they will.
and he's open,
Which they will. Which he will.
he is not going to
Did
do
you see him
well.
last year? He was a beast.
He had nobody else to go against. Waller wasn't even on the field.
Waller's
Nobody
probably
else.
going to get hurt.
And that's okay, but this is week 1. This week, I'm not saying he won't be good the rest of the year. Week 1, he's a for me.
My second fart is Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson, he's going against the Bills, one of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah.
He has Cooper Kupp on his team. Cam Akers, Darrell Henderson even. Yeah.
Van Jefferson.
And Van Jefferson, he's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So put him on the bench.
I could see that. That's kind of where I said Chris Olave and Cortland Sutton. If you've got Allen Robinson and you're kind of deciding between one of those guys and him, I would pick one of those guys based on the matchup. My second fart is Darnell Mooney. He is, yes, he's wide receiver 1 for the Bears. He's going against the 49ers, who have a good defense. He has Justin Fields as his quarterback, which is not under pressure. He's good. Under pressure, he makes bad decisions, quick throws, and is not accurate.
What?
Just from what I've observed in the preseason, they did not do anything to help him on the offensive line. He is not. The matchup here is in the 49ers' favor.
The 49ers are going to win.
Darnell Mooney is not going to be great for fantasy. So again, if you're teetering between Darnell Mooney and Chris Olave, I would kind of lean Chris Olave. If you're teetering between him and Cortland Sutton, I would lean Cortland Sutton. So Darnell Mooney is my second fart of the week. Bench him if you can. So that's going to do it for this segment, and that is going to do it for this show. So we thank you so much for tuning in. We also have some big news. Our title says that we have big news, so we've got to explain what that means. So now that the season has started, we are going to have a lot more content for you. We're going to have 2 shows a week.
Two shows.
That's our goal. Now, does that mean if we go on vacation and we may miss that a couple times because we'll be out of town some and we've got, other things going on. But our goal is to have 2 shows a week, and Caden is going to give his predictions for the week, every week of the football season. So he's going to break it down into 2 different episodes, shorter episodes, so you can
I'll tell you, I'll
watch
spoil
those.
them when they will be released. Thursday morning and Saturday night, or Thursday middle of the day, or Wednesday, or Friday, or Sunday. I don't know.
Or Tuesday or Monday or, any day.
Just
really,
any day that I'm free.
Just any day that ends in Y is a possibility. But,
Isn't that every day?
yes. 2 shows a week. Caden's predictions, that'll be split into 2 shows a week.
So you'll have 4 shows.
So you will have 4 opportunities to pick our brains and hear our thoughts on fantasy football.
Which is a lot. That's a lot of time consumment into our weeks.
It really
so
is.
if you can, just subscribe, like, turn on post notifications.
Make
So you
sure
don't miss a
you're
show.
subscribed. Look down your phone right there. Make sure it
There
says
should
subscribe.
be a red subscribe button on right there if you're not subscribed. But and also I have a challenge for you. If you YouTube tells me that you cannot subscribe and like at the same time. So try it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did you do it? Maybe. I don't know. I'm assuming you did, because how could you not
Definitely,
subscribe?
definitely smash that thumbs up, like button.
Yes.
Definitely subscribe.
Yes.
And if you love the content, and you're going to love the content coming up,
Yes.
go ahead and tell your friends. Share it on Facebook. Share it on Instagram. Share it wherever you can.
You just gotta tap on this phone screen.
We want to
You
get...
just swipe up, and you just
We want to hit 50 subscribers
by the end of the year.
by the end of this month.
The end of this month.
By the end of this month.
Ooh.
So by the time the Bengals play the Dolphins on Thursday night,
I want to go to that game so
we
bad.
want 50 subscribers. So share it, tell everybody about it. Hope you enjoyed the big news and the show today. We will see you next time.